If the pandemic brought people anything, it was a new appreciation for getting outside. So people hit the road to get to national parks and backroad treasures. And many chose RVs, but there's a growing section of travelers who went a different direction. They're actually choosing the van life. Photojournalist Vanessa Bizzuto met with a company in Rocklin that is really changing the industry.
During the pandemic, my wife and I decided to purchase a camper van, and we were kind of doing weekend trips. Since we were working remotely, we decided, let's just move into the van. So we sold all of our stuff and then traveled permanently while we worked remotely.
Today's the day that we go on our grand adventure. We sold our house, we sold a car.
It's a little surreal that we're pulling off right now.
I know.
We did 43 states, 30 national parks.
We're just driving and there's just this epic waterfall just right next to the road. No idea it was here and it's just insane.
We got pregnant with Marshall while we were on the trip, and it was just special to have that time to be together.
Behind us is the Columbia River. We're at the Vista House.
Our goal was to live in the van for at least 6 months, and about 9 months in, it felt like it was time to go home. Kind of along the way, we had family and friends that asked us, where can we rent one of these things? We want to have that type of experience. And that's when we decided to, come back to the Sacramento area and start this business. This was supposed to be a side hustle where we invited our great friend Elon Gitman to be a business partner. He was going to kind of run the business, and I was going to still be an attorney.
We started, working out of Kevin's shed.
But we quickly kind of saw how much potential this idea had, and so we just both invested everything we had into the idea. The idea just totally took off, and we had 2 vans, and they sold out almost instantly, and then we bought a 3rd and a 4th and a 5th. We're a custom van upfitting company, and so we take your commercial cargo van and then we upfit it with a custom layout to fit your exact needs. The purpose of a van is kind of to live with less. There's a minimalistic aspect of van life.
There's a big market for people wanting us to build vans, especially after they rent the vans. So we kind of started learning how to do the building and stuff like that.
COVID was a big catalyst for this to really take off, and now with social media, a lot of people do want to experience this. Everything we source is local, from the lumber we use to the different hardware.
We have a local cabinet maker. These cabinets that we purchased, they have the exact curvature of the sprinter walls. We have a local person that does all our cushions. We have a local person that does our woodworking. All we do is buy it, we support another local business, and then we just install it.
Very important to work with the different local businesses around here, just to, give back to the community because they've given so much to us.
We really want to be pillars in the community, and that starts with, keeping stuff local as much as we can.
Because of our experience being on the road, we have kind of dual lenses in the business. We have a lot of insight on van life from the perspective of living in a van, and then we also have a lot of perspective from renting the vans.
Everything's headache-free. We have solar charging, alternator charging. You can plug into shore if you want to. Everything's super simple and easy to do.
One of the key features about our business is we don't charge for mileage. Having the experience we've had traveling in a van across the country, there's so much freedom with that. Paying for mileage is totally counterintuitive to the experience.
And that's why we love doing the unlimited mileage, because you can really just pick up and go. If you like a place, stay there a couple more days.
Oftentimes we build these great relationships with our customers, and you become part of their trip.
I'd never done it. I'd seen big motorhomes, but I wanted something a little bit smaller. So I was excited, and my experience is people, they're dying to have me open the door and show them the inside. Like, there's a restroom, there's everything. There's a sink, and they're surprised, such a small vehicle, and it drives like a minivan. I built forts with my brother when I was little, and this is kind of like having my little fort at my house.
Since my first trip out with a van, I was thinking, I wish I did this in my 20s. And the rates for a van overnight, it's really no different than a hotel.
When you think of a really long road trip, the inconvenient part is the comfortability. You're kind of stuck, cramped in your car. You don't have a bathroom. You don't have any way to store your food when you're going across the country. So you can really have the flexibility of going with your kid's schedule and not having to be back at the hotel for naps or be back somewhere to do something. You just have everything with you all the time.
I think everyone should just try to explore this country because it has so much to offer, and getting out of your comfort zone and experiencing something you've never experienced before just helps with personal growth.
It literally changes your life. It gets you up and moving. And the pandemic, I think, saw a lot of increase in recreational vehicles, and we're just keeping it going now.
I think what we do here is special.
This whole business did change my life in a great way.
There is the shared vision to support van life.
Here in Northern California, we have a whole bunch of beautiful scenery and places that you can go camp, and since it's so close to Rocklin, you're able to take a van up to Tahoe for a weekend and have a great time.
We're really connected to van life. It's just really special to us, and we love sharing that with other people, and I think that really sets our business apart.
And they don't charge mileage. Like, I could not get over that. And Scenic Vans, they have about 8 vans available to rent, and they will even help you design your own dream van with all locally sourced materials.